Hello, YouTube modeling community. Quick, this is the lost footage of the 70SS Chevelle 454. You guys, we posted a, I say we, me and my niece, since she's doing my editing for me, a little slideshow showing the pics from the build process, because I always take pictures along the way of each and every build, because I also post on YouTube, sometimes on Facebook, and then I create a file to keep all those pictures in for any time I want to go back and look at them, kind of reference. So I'm just going to remake this video real quick. So bear with me, please enjoy it. I did put a lot of work into it in a short period of time because I did have fun with it. We're going to turn around here real quick. We're going to look at the box art. You guys remember which one I'm talking about. And key points of if you build this kit. The front bumper, the grille, and the headlight bezels are all one piece, as most of you already know. But you need to do some sanding around the headlight on the body itself. Areas where the hood meets the front and down towards the grille a little bit. Not so much as reshaping, but as to just kind of thin the backside of all that down. And then, you know, test fit it several times until you got it fitting right. And being mindful, once you paint the body, you're going to be adding layers, primer, paint. So, you know, when you're done, come back and take the paint off the backside of the little headlight bezels here on the body part itself, not the actual grille. And then clamp, with the hood off, clamp the grille and everything to the backside of the body bezel here. Sorry, here. And that's when you glue it in place. That way it'll stay tight. Because even after doing all that, it still wants to fit kind of wonky. Mine didn't fit 100% perfect, and I'll point that out once we take a look at it. Moving on. The rain gutter detail was non-existent on my kit. So I just sanded it off. I opted it off. The kit does not come with this quarter glass. That's something you would have to make and put in there. I did not do that. Nor did I chrome trim down and around the bottom of the door either. We did chrome around the windows, back and front, and the wheel wells, but nothing else. And then make sure your back bumper fits really good. It takes just a little bit of sanding, guys. It's not as tedious as the front, but, you know, there's that. The body fits on good and loose, so that's kind of a plus, I guess. But anyways, we'll get this out of the way. We'll take a look at it. You can see it's in its display case. We're going to get it out. As you can see, it turned out really nice. I mean, there is some flaws that I'm not happy with, but overall, I am very happy. It was fun to build. This stripe cracked on me. If I get up here close on it, you can kind of see right there. It overlapped, and I didn't know that, and then it cured, so I couldn't separate it, because there is a trick I'm going to show you you can do to fix that, but you know, it is what it is. I got my paint a little light right in here, and a little light down here on the door. It's hard to really see it, but there you go, you can kind of see it a little bit there, and it's because it has a silver base underneath of it. So I just didn't get enough coats in that area for whatever reason, and then when I wet sanded it down, it made it real thin. Instead of reshooting it, I cleared and, you know, got ahead of myself a little bit, but, you know, it's a shelf queen. It's nothing else. We do have Ryan Jones's terrific wheels there, and calipers and rotors. We use the decals from Decal Lady, that say Brembo, to put on each caliper. They're on there. I don't know if you guys can see them in there or not. They're hard to see sometimes, but you can sort of see them there. And we bare metal foiled the rear window, the front windshield around the hood, and you can kind of see now with the hood being on there, you can see that's a little wonky right there, and that's because I didn't get this corner right here back this way far enough. But it's okay. This one is not so bad. But like I said, guys, at the end of the day, it is a shelf queen. It's not a big deal. If I was building this for a show, I would take that back loose or try and clean that up behind there and clamp it down a little bit more to pull it in. It's not horrible. I'm up close on it, so it makes it look worse than it is. This decal also cracked on me. So quick tip. If your decals crack and there's a gap showing the paint through, which there was on mine, I used acrylic paint and I painted over the cracked areas, and I just let it sit, let it dry, and then I came back with 3000. And yes, I sanded on a raw decal. You just sand very lightly. You're not trying to chew into the decal. And sand off the excess. What's inside the crack will stay. Just like it's decal adds a layer, the paint goes down to that layer and it's below it. So you remove all the excess, and then I clear coated. Got lucky I didn't chew up the decal. It's really hard to see the damage from it. So, next time you crack a decal, don't just give up on it. Find the paint that matches it close. Just paint over the cracked areas. Let it cure. Let it dry. 3000, 4000, 5000, you're okay to use. Just lightly sand until you remove all the excess acrylic paint, and then clear coat. That's it. Don't sand hard, just lightly sand. That way you don't chew into your decal. Because remember, they're not under clear where they're protected. And then we added our cowl induction decal after it, and then we cleared. And, none the wiser, so to speak. That is a defect in the decal. No big deal. The interior was done with 3 different shades of black, semi, gloss, and satin. Well, 4 actually, and flat. So just to break up that black monotony a little bit. We did paint the shift pattern on the knob. The instrument gauges, we filled them in with UV glue and cured it, so it looks like it's got lenses. All the little chrome detail on the steering wheel was all hand painted, same as the interior. And that's another thing that's very faint. But if you got real small sheets of styrene, thin strips, you can go back through there and add that detail and get it more prominent. But yeah, we got a light glare going on here, so it's going to be hard to see, guys. But yeah, we got all that done, front and rear, and turned out nice. These wheels are hand painted. I used Molotow. I did all the Molotow work first, let it dry for 3 or 4 days, came back and did another coat and laid it on kind of heavy and let that sit for 3 or 4 days. That lets it gas out. And then I came back in and I painted all the black detail, all by hand. And I can get up there fairly close. There we go. We added the MGSF valve stems to each wheel, so we got all that detail on there. We'll look underneath real quick. As you know, we cut out the kit mufflers. We added 3D printed ones. And there's decals on those. I don't know what that company is, but it just looked like they would fit really nice and look good on there, so we used them. I hand bent the exhaust from the mufflers up to the engine headers. And then we just detail painted everything. We used the red on the shocks to match the calipers. You can see there on the back side of the wheels. Black wash a little bit here and there. We decided not to paint the gas tank. We did have to heat and manipulate the chassis a little bit. It was a little warped, so pay mind to that to get that to set right. And we bent the back of the chassis up a hair. That also allowed the tires and wheels to go up inside there a little further. We cut our coil springs down that are underneath here. That also lowered the ride height a little bit. Did not affect the shocks, as there was room for them to go up in there further. We left our exhaust a little loose there in the back. That allowed them still to come out underneath the bumper and add our exhaust tips. We did Molotow each turn signal or marker light on the sides, and then came back with clear red and clear amber to give the marker lights. We hand painted around the fenders, and if you get up close, guys, this is a lot closer than the naked eye can see. You can see there's some areas that lightly got missed, but I can always come back and add another coat to those. Now, we also black washed the hood, the cowl induction there. All the door panel or the doors are all black washed. Trunk deck black washed. Everything looks, good. Then we got crazy on the engine. This has a lot more than any kit would have or any quick build I would do, but it went so easy and couldn't help it. We eliminated the kit's master cylinder because it was hardly there. We added a 3D printed one. We did run all of our wires using the method, drill a hole where the wire starts, drill a wire where the hole ends, or the wire ends, and add them in. We added our line from the wiper blade motor up to the reservoir. Ignition box is wired to the back of the distributor, down to the starter, from the battery down to the starter and then to ground. Plug wires, which is Morgan's Automotive Detail. All kit decals underneath the hood. We added real rubber hoses for the upper and lower radiator hose. You can see lower ones in there. And photo etch hose clamps at both ends of all the hoses, including heater hoses. I made the return spring to match the paint job, just a little carrying the color over. It has ProTech linkage on it, and then a scratch-made throttle cable that goes all the way down and into the firewall where it's supposed to. The brake booster goes to the back of the intake to apply, boost or pressure to the master cylinder for brakes. So it's pretty much wired and plumbed under the hood the way it's supposed to be. So now you guys got a good look at the final, and as always, it gets my custom tag in the back. I didn't wet sand the body down. I added more leveling thinner, which gave a very nice and smooth paint. There is a little orange peel in it, very light, and I could have probably got it all out, but again, it's not a show queen, it's a shelf queen, and it looks really good. It was a fun build. I got to hone some of my skills, some of my techniques, created from other people that's done it in the past, and I've taken that and added my own little flair to it. And that's really all you guys can do, is even if you take things that I do and try to do them, you can always improve. It's always open for interpretation. That's the best thing about a model. It's always open for interpretation to how you perceive it and what you want to do with it. It's just, it requires patience, some skill. I mean, granted, but I mean, again, guys, I'll be 58 this December. I've been doing this since I was 7 years old, off and on. And each time I took a break and came back, I had to kind of start over. So it's just a matter of just doing it. Mindset, okay? Do your shopping. Get the parts you want to get, if they're aftermarket, 3D printed, resin casted, whatever it may be. Gather all your parts, put them in the box with the kit, and when you're ready to do your build, get your inspiration pictures out. Go online, find, what, in this case, a Chevelle. Research Chevelle engine compartments, pictures of them, and screenshot them, and you'll have those for reference as you're doing your build. So you can run your hoses and wires and everything according to a factory car or a hot rod, whatever you're going by. This one we had a picture already, so we did complement that very well. Tires and wheels, the paint, interior color, so on and so forth. Engine, we couldn't see the engine, so we stayed with the stock engine, even though the engine probably is built, and some aftermarket goodies have been put on it. It's just a good all-around Chevelle. It looks really nice sitting on the shelf. I have it up on the shelf when it's done here with the 66. Eventually, I'd like to get a big display case, and I want to build a couple more of these, and I'll put them all side by side in there. Different color variants, of course. I don't like to build the same color twice, even though if you look back and look on Tom's page, the 44 I built him for his appreciation build, I gifted that to him at Acme. That was a fantastic build. Was there flaws? Yes, there are some flaws, but overall it turned out to a very, very beautiful model that I did put on display and show at Acme. It did get selected for model magazines. including the article that I wrote about the build, breaking down everything that I used, how, what it had, the reasoning for doing it. They were really impressed with that, and they said if it makes it to the magazine, that would be included in the article. So that would be really cool if it all comes to fruition. Meanwhile, we're just thrilled, but they're not the same color as what I was getting at. They are a shade of blue, but they are totally different. Tom's has got candy. This does not. This is just a deep blue metallic, no pearl, nothing like that. It's got a metallic base underneath it, a steel base, which did change the color, but it gave us the color we were looking for. I did shoot some tests on things and look at the picture I had and make sure it was really close. And it's not exact, but it is very, very close. So for us, it's perfect. So I hope you enjoy this lost footage. And big shout out to my niece. She's busting her butt on these videos. She's new to it, but I think she's doing a very good job because I don't know how to do it. And every time I've tried, I've gotten a few things done and it look okay. It's just not, I don't want to be over the top crazy, but I think to enhance this channel, it's going to take a little bit more than what I know how to do. And my niece doesn't live that far, and we are a phone call away from each other. And she's, taking her time and doing this for me, and in hopes of the channel getting better. So again, guys, in the comments, let me know what you think. She's doing a good job. What you think about the videos. We're growing, guys. We've gained probably 10 subs in the past week and a half, and that's about what we were doing before. So that's really good. So I can see it's making a little difference through the analytics and so on and so forth. And she's only going to get better. I'm going to get better. My videos are going to get better. So again, I hope you like this. So remember, guys, always leave a little comment down there. That helps. Thumbs up. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. Trust me, I watch your videos. And if I'm on my phone, I leave comments whenever I can. If not, I leave thumbs up. I try to do one, if not both. It's just a way to let you guys know you're doing a great job. And I really enjoyed your video. Same here. By doing that, it lets me know. And it can be the simplest of comments. It can be a well-thought comment. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. But, leave a little something. Show me a little love. Again, thank you to all my past, present, future subscribers. We're getting there, guys. You've seen the videos. I'm starting to gather up all the aftermarket part pack. I'll do one little video showing all that stuff. It's just all the little intricate detail pieces that you can apply to that Chevelle or whatever you choose to. I hope you apply it to that Chevelle because that's what it's all intended for. But again, like I said, if you win, it's yours. Just keep me in mind and show me what you do with it. And we're getting really close to that giveaway. And that's what it's all been about. It's not been about being monetized. It's none of that. You set a goal and you want to reach your goal. And I'm just one of those guys that kind of a little anal, I guess, about it. I set this goal. I went out of my way to make these prizes really good, to say thank you. And the only thing I ask for in return is, give me a follow, watch the videos. If you can't watch them all right there and then, come back and finish watching it because I'm all over the place. You guys can pick up a little insight maybe. That's what it's all about. I'm always willing to help. My email is always down below. You guys just gotta email me. Go check out Mark Hobby Nut Models. Pick you up some supplies. His link's always down below, as is Ryan Jones, MGSF. They've all got great parts, great things. Mark Hobby Nut Models has a lot of aftermarket detail stuff also. Paints, thinners, brushes, tools, sandpaper, you name it. So kind of giving you a one-stop shopping place here to build a really exceptional above and beyond model if you choose to do so. So thank you, guys. We'll see you on the next one. This is Rusty Rotor. I'm out.